I keep getting a lot of people coming up to me, guys, in London, saying to me that they love the coward videos, that's their favourite videos. Actually, one guy emailed me, this made me laugh. Guy had a go at me, he was shouting at me in the email saying to me, where? It did make me laugh. He said, because I took some of the videos down at the time, so I thought that might be a bit extreme, right? I had to think about it. So I deleted them, and he's like, why did you take the videos down? Like, do you know how much they help me every morning? Right, so I thought, just the guy, the audacity, I like him. See, that's some guts. He's not a coward. Can't really complain, can you, if someone's having a go at you because the video has helped them? Just cracked me up when I read it. Just, I don't know. Anyway, right? All right, remix, coward video, right? And I remix. So, okay. You know what? Let me tell you about the origin of the coward videos, right? And again, you're not going to please everyone. You're always going to get some people that are not going to like the video. They're going to feel personally offended by it, right? I never go out of my way to think, well, I want to hurt someone's feelings today, or I want to offend someone. I don't do that. My message is to lift people up, give them confidence. But at the same time, I'm not walking on eggshells to please anyone, and I'm not going to silence myself, and I'm not going to speak the truth and share my life experience to spite a couple of people who don't feel comfortable with the word coward or what I'm saying in my message. Most of them don't understand my message. They haven't taken the time to educate themselves that I've got a good message. It comes from the heart. It's an honest message. If they know my story, what I've been through, what I've overcome, they'd be probably less quick to start attacking out. But it doesn't affect me, right? It makes me laugh most of the time. But yeah, most of you love it, right? Real truth is, the first person that I ever realised was a coward, I was myself. That's how I was growing up, and I hated it. I hated myself for it because I was like that for many years, and other strong men called me that, you know, and they weren't like it was. People have got to understand the distinction between someone being horrible and kind and just being obnoxious and being a bully, which I don't agree on, as opposed to someone cutting the bullshit and telling you the truth, because they're generally looking out for your best interest. They're trying to prevent you from getting hurt really bad in life, like someone bullying you, or, you know, just life breaking you down. So when I'm saying stop being a coward and take action and stop being a bullshitter, it comes from a good place, just because I'm passionate and the language is quite strong. But when you think about it, the word coward is in the dictionary. So if you're offended by the word coward that I use, then you're going to be offended by the dictionary offends you then. It's a word that's in the dictionary, and it means someone who cowers away from danger. You know, and you can go into that interpretation. There's slightly different interpretation. Someone who cowers from fears. It's not someone that you really want to be in life. If you want to, now, if you don't want to face your fears and you don't, then don't come on the channel. No one's forcing you to watch these videos. Don't read the title. Don't watch the videos. Don't get your blood pressure high and stressed out. Watch some Netflix, calm yourself down, do what you're doing. I'm not judging you in your life. I'm not coming into your house, or I don't know if you've got a channel or not. So chill out, and you're not going to offend me. You can insult my hair, this, that. I feel good in myself. Most of it, I just laugh it off. I've been through a lot in life. I'm happy in my life. I've had ups and downs. Nothing you can really say to me that's going to affect me that someone hasn't said already, or I haven't thought in my own negative thinking. I'm a positive person, all right? Anyway, so growing up, my story growing up was, I was a lovely kid. I come from a good family. Obviously, no one's family is perfect, but good mum and dad, caring, lovely nan, aunties, good values. The values that I learnt, some of the most basic values, was always have good manners. Always say yes, please, no, thank you. If someone gives you food, or if someone holds the door, thank you. You know, or if you want to ask something, please, may I? Just basic manners, right? Some people don't have today. So that gave me that really like made me get on with people, right? And a lot of all my friends when I was younger growing up, and I had friends, people from different cultures liked me. So if they took me to their place, their mum, some reason, right? I mean, now I know it's obvious, because obviously I'm good looking, right? But I didn't know that back then. They always liked me. They always said, he's good, he's trustworthy, right? Because I was a good kid, right? But during the course of that, I was shy. I was sensitive, and I got targeted by bullies at school. I went to a rough school. I got my ass kicked. I got the piss taken out of me. They used to rip the shit out of me because I was poor, didn't have expensive trainers on. I was kind of shy. My body language I was a bit like that. I was a bit, scared, a scared kid. I was embarrassed all the time, awkward. So I got attacked. Bullies prey on vulnerability. So I got bullied a lot, and that put a lot of fear in me, broke me down. And I went from being quite outgoing, a loving kid to begin with, to a shy, terrified of women, nervous around people, and I started even being nervous around extended family members. And I was a person that, if a school trip come up, when we had a trip to go to France, I didn't go. Not because I wanted to go, I was afraid, scared of the unknown, scared of meeting new people, scared of a new country, scared of traveling, scared of just so afraid. I was such a coward. My brother started boxing when he was younger. I couldn't do it. I was a cat at 16. I couldn't do it. My brother was younger than me. He did it. He had guts. I couldn't do it. I was so scared of judgment. I was so afraid of failing. I was so afraid of people laughing at me again, because I got laughed at a lot at school, right? Everybody went through it, but I took it personal. I felt ashamed because of the heckling, the laughing, the physical bullying, the verbal bullying, being attacked, being robbed, being spat at, being called horrible names. So all this broke me down, and it made me, over time, it didn't happen overnight, become a coward. I couldn't ask a girl out. Like a lot of girls, when you're younger, I just was so scared. I'd go to a nightclub, just stand there, be like that. Couldn't dance, so uncomfortable in my own body. Family parties, I was always avoiding, I was always hiding. And after so many years of living like that and always missing out on opportunities and such long periods of having no girlfriend, not having much money, I couldn't, dying inside, to be honest. Obviously at that age, I was never going to tell anyone how I felt inside. I was too scared, too embarrassed, too ashamed. So that continued on to my early adult life. And I got sick and tired of the bullying after a while. After being hit physically, I started to stand up for myself. My dad was strict growing up, like most old school dads, taught me how to box, taught me how to fight, self-defense, never to be a bully, but not to take shit from anyone. So it took me a while to implement self-defense, because I didn't have the courage to do it. Eventually I started to stand up to bullies, and it's like a tiger in me would come out, like a lion. I just change, and then they'll get scared to stop bullying me. But that took time. Again, it didn't happen overnight. This took many, many years. So I know what it feels like to live and feel it's horrible. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. You suffer mental health problems because of it. What it does to a person's self-esteem, panic attacks, sleepless nights, constantly disassociating because of the agony of my own existence of living like a coward. And I knew I was a coward. You know you're a coward because you have that comparison to see other men, other strong men and women who are not cowards. You see those examples, and that hurts bad when you can see how limited and how weak you are as a person. And I couldn't stand up for myself. I couldn't say no. I couldn't have my own opinion. I was so socially frail and scared. So it's not like, oh, I want to go from being this kind of emotional, shy person to I don't want to be an aggressive person, but I want to have some nut. I want to have some balls. I want to be a strong man. I want to be a good person. I want to be a God-fearing man, but a strong Christian, a strong man. That's my faith. I want to be a weak pushover, let people just walk all over me, right? And as I said before, my upbringing, it's not just great, like black and white. I had many good friends growing up, many good experiences. So it wasn't just like all it was bullying, but there was a lot of bullying, and I can't leave that out. There was a lot of damage that I underwent that affected me. And as I said, you don't know these things when you're young. You don't know about therapy, psychology, personal well, you know a bit of it. I knew a bit, but not what I know now. So I've got sick and tired of living like that. You get to a point where you're so afraid of life and failure and judgment, and you're so scared of everything that you just can't. It's exhausting. And then you get to a point, and this is a positive thing, and some people might not hear it positively because I say it and it's words and intellect, all that stuff. I didn't care anymore. And I mean this in a healthy way. In my own, how I felt, I'm not talking about anybody else, right? Respect anyone. I was like, do you know what? I don't care for dying anymore. I'm dead inside anyway. I don't want to die. I'd be scared to die. But what I meant was, I don't care anymore. I've got to break out of this. I don't care if women turn me down. I don't care if people laugh at me. If they try and bully me, I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to use the law in my favour. I'm not being bullied by anyone. I'm not being exploited ever again. I'm not having it anymore. I'm going to build myself up. I'm going to train. I'm going to, you know, I was around some positive people, but I'm just going to become fearless. I'm going to face everything that I've been running from my whole life. The dentist, public speaking, job interviews, talking to women, dates, gyms, meeting new people, you know, just even like being more open with my mum and my dad and my family. I can't live like this no more. It's going to kill me. I'm dying inside. I'm alive, but I'm dead inside. So I took it upon myself through a process gradually from my early 20s. And you know the pivotal time when I was 25 and I heard that message from Les Brown, and it made me cry because it was just such a relief just to hear a man say it's possible, you can live your dreams. And when he shared his story and what he went through, and it was similar to mine with the bullying, the name calling and the laughing and being called dumb. Horrible feeling when you grow up and you've been called dumb and stupid, what that does to your self-esteem when you don't have a strong personality and a defense to defend against that. Now that could never get in my head. But when you're young, I was vulnerable. You're so sensitive when you're younger, more than when we're an adult, definitely. So the fear of rejection imprisoned me. So I would never ask girls out because I couldn't even bear to take the chance of them saying no and rejecting me. I knew that would kill me. I was so vulnerable that, thank God, I never did take my own life. But I had that sort of emotional, I was unstable. That could have been a possibility, but thank God I love my family and I've always believed in God. Even I've had my doubts. I'm human. None of us are perfect, but I always believed in Jesus. I always believed in God. So that would stop me from doing something like that. But you don't want to even be in a place where you're considering that. And I was considering suicide so many times because the pain I was in, especially at 25, I was thinking of dying every day. I used to think, I don't want to get hurt. I just want to go to sleep and die in my sleep because I can't bear to wake up with this pain, this anxiety, this depression, this darkness. I can't do it no more. I'm exhausted. I'm done. The fears. Okay, I give up. Surrender. Let's face this. So through a process of facing it, stop being a coward, and that's how I gain confidence. But you have to suffer. I had to go through a lot of suffering. You've got to go through like a positive suffering, and the suffering is the suffering of facing fear and anxiety. But over time it changes. What you initially perceived as suffering and uncomfortable and challenging and dangerous actually becomes exciting. You get a buzz out of it. Like living normal, living a kind of normal, mediocre life, I couldn't do that no more, and I still can't do that now. And what I mean by that is, people might think, they might not understand what I'm saying. A life where you don't challenge yourself, where you just accept how things are. You don't try and improve. You don't take risks. You don't set a business up because you're scared you're going to fail. You don't ask someone out. You don't tell someone you love them because you're scared that they're going to say they don't love you back. Or you're scared of doing a YouTube video in case you get critics. Or no, I changed in that sense. I think, like, it's weird when people say they changed, and I did change. Like, there's still something in me that's always been there, who I am as a person, right? What I like, kind, just my personality naturally. But my actions changed because before I didn't take hardly any action. So growing up, sorry, is the light still good? Yeah. So growing up, I was around so many people who bullshit and read books and would try and give me advice on life, and they weren't doing it. So that's why I've got a low tolerance for intellectual cowards who read books and quote quotes and say these things, but they don't take action. So there's nothing wrong with reading books. I didn't say you shouldn't read books. I said you shouldn't read books if you want to gain confidence and you want to get very good at overcoming fear and be successful, because a book is not going to give you those skills alone, because books don't trigger the emotions that fear and anxiety and challenges do, and a possible rejection and success, which is something that I was afraid of for many years. The responsibility, being in the spotlight, being outspoken, making an impact, people knowing what you're doing, being heard, existing, putting your hand up saying, hello or hi, I exist. I'm not just hiding in my bedroom. So all these things I had to face, and it was beautiful. I'm so glad I faced it. So that's when I got inspired to start teaching people and helping them. So I try and wake people up from that coward state, because I know how damaging and how horrible and how violent those inner thoughts are to yourself more than anything else. It's a horrible way, but when you break out of it, life's amazing. When you live life on your terms, when you stop caring about the opinions of others and you value your opinion more, but you still respect other people, you're a good person, you're kind. So there's a balance, because when I was younger, I was a pushover. I didn't have the right balance. I was too nice. So for me, I want to be a good person. I want to treat people how I want to be treated, but I don't take crap from anybody. If someone's going to try and bully me, self-defense comes in. So I went and done the boxing and learned how to fight and defend myself in case I ever need to use those skills. Most of the time, never need to use them, but it's good to have them. It's good to have that security. It makes you a better person, self-respect and so forth. So these videos really do come from the heart. They really do come from what I've been through, what I've lived through, what I've grown from, not from what I read in a book, because anybody can read a book and paraphrase. It's easy. Anyone can do that. It's easy. A coward can do that. But how many people can do what I've done, or what you've done, or what other people have done that are brave? I'm not saying I'm the only one. I'm not being big-headed. I'm not. I'm just being honest in every way and shape and form that I can. I talk about my weaknesses. I had my insecurities. I had something, but I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to put myself down. I'm not going to hold back on the talent that God gave me, the gift that God gave me. I'm going to speak up on it. I believe God gave me a gift for a reason, to speak up on it, to inspire others. So I've got extreme confidence from the work that I've done. I've got extreme courage from the action that I've taken, from the fears that I've taken. I've got a relentless, fearless mindset when it comes to getting rejected. I'll fail my way to success. I've been doing it for the last 15 years. I'm not afraid of failing, or if I'm afraid, I'll do it anyway. I'll handle it. My mindset's so positive, so strong, because I believe in myself. And if I don't believe in myself, I will work on myself. I'll face my fears. I'll keep helping people. I'll keep adding value. I'll keep being kind. And I'll build myself up as I'm building other people up. So that's all I want to do in my videos, is lift other people up, lift guys out, give them confidence, change their life, and have that great experience that I've had so many times, where you feel proud of who you are. You're not ashamed. You feel good in your own skin. You achieve that, and you can only achieve that by not being a coward, by facing fear in reality, in real life. And books don't teach you how to do that. You can read books, they can educate you, they can give you some inspiration, they can give you a perspective, but they cannot wipe nobody can wipe your ass for you. You've got to do that. You've got to get off your ass, you've got to go out, and you've got to take responsibility. You can't blame your parents, society, the next man, because if you do that, you're not going to get nowhere. I did that for you, it didn't work. You've got to change the mindset, and you've got to start taking action. You've got to go to events, you've got to practice public speaking, you've got to date, you've got to go to interviews, you've got to express yourself, you've got to connect with other people, you've got to be honest, you've got to be truthful. And that's a big part of all this. And a lot of people I've seen in these industries, they're not honest. They're not even trying. There's not even an ounce of truth in what they're saying. They just talk jargon. They're quoting amazing wisdom, but it's not theirs. They're not living what they're saying. So when I say failure equals success, and I always have respect and say, that is Les Brown's quote, and I appreciate that man changed my... I've went out for 15, I've lived that quote. So I can say that without no fear of contradiction. And I know in my heart that I've lived failure equals success. And I've helped so many of my clients to do it. So I live what I teach. And I fail at what I teach, and I succeed at what I teach. So I speak on truth. I speak on what I've done, what I know works, what I've helped so many people with, and cowards don't do that. They speak on another man's victory. They speak on another woman's victory. They speak on what they don't have the guts to do. And that's not honest. For me, that's a bad character. I'd rather someone be honest and say, look, I haven't faced my fears. I've read a lot of books. I've educated myself. Haven't quite yet found the courage. I've got nothing but respect for you. You're not a coward. Okay, you're a coward to a certain degree, but you've got integrity. You're honest. So I don't like it when people... I'm not saying... I'm not a perfect saint, right? I don't think any of us are. But to be way better than a dishonest person who talks out of their backside and just says these quotes on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, because it's so easy, it takes a second. But to go to an event, to do public speaking, to go out and speak to women and put your heart on the line and be honest and risk being rejected, that is a warrior spirit. That takes a real strong person, man or woman. Today, I guess I'm speaking to mainly men, but whoever I'm speaking to, and everyone can do it. So you don't have to be a coward, because I was a coward for the first 15 years of my life. And the next 15 to so years, I'm not a coward anymore because of what I face and what I continue. So that's the message. And what I'm asking you to do, or hoping that you'll do to change your life, is simple. But that doesn't mean it's easy. Yes, the simplicity is what most of you need to do is come to my Fearless event to overcome your social anxiety. What most of you need to do, who are doing online dating and it isn't working, is grow some courage, find some love in your own heart, be respectful to women, go out and speak to women in real life and be a gentleman. That's simple, but that's going to take guts and courage. And is that going to be easy mentally and emotionally? Hell no, it's not. It's not easy for anyone. I don't want it to be easy. If it was easy, it wouldn't do nothing for you as a person. If it was so easy, you wouldn't value it. Of course you want to get there, and you will. So that's really what it takes to be courageous. Or even your own fear. If you're scared of the dentist, that takes courage to go. Hospitals, or to go to the boxing gym. So it's not really about being specific, say, oh well, this guy's a coward because he can't go out and approach and speak to a woman. It's really about the story of fear and how I was living in fear for all my life until I started to stand up for it, and how I changed my life through facing fear, through a continuous action and effort, and an ironstone mindset, and a relentless will to win, and not caring about what anyone thinks, what they say about me, the lies they say, or even if they say certain truths, insults. It's water off a duck's back. I'm just moving forward. I'm focusing on positive things. I'm helping good people. I'm ignoring ignorant people. I even pray for them because I don't agree on it. I understand how they feel because I used to be like that. I wouldn't go online and hate people's videos, but I'd hate me. I was a hater at one point. I was jealous of others because I was so insecure, I was hurting. So I understand it. So I ignore them. It doesn't affect me, and I pray for them that they can fix their pain and get themselves sorted out and stop being like that. That's all you can do. That's the best thing. And then you feel good about it because you're not lowering yourself to their level. So it's all these things, you know. It's just being more of an outgoing person. And when you make these changes, see, when I was a coward, although I was brought up, my parents were very loving, and I was always a kind person. I always had a good heart, despite, of course, you can have a good heart and you go through periods of hatred, self-hatred. I couldn't help the people I've been helping because I didn't have the guts to do it. So to be a teacher, you've got to have so much balls. You've got to have balls bigger than King Kong. You have to have guts to help other people. How are you going to help them? How are you going to get the message out? If you can't get past shyness and anxiety, how are you going to say, hi, I exist, I want to help you, I want to give you some words of encouragement. So I had to grow confidence to feel valued and to have the courage to give words of encouragement. So take it upon yourself now, because time runs out quick. I'm telling you, you're 20 now, 30, you wake up tomorrow, you're 30. You're 30 now, it goes quick. Enjoy it. Do not live in regret. Change what you can change now. And if you can't do it on your own, grow some courage, invest your money wisely, and get in touch and get my mentorship. Or if I'm not the right person for you, right, and I'm not good looking enough for you, then get another mentor who does work for you, or grow some courage yourself. All right, so that's the coward video. So that's the origin, and that's the message to help men, to really help them to wake up. All right, fearless.